Cade Cunningham, the head of the snake for these Detroit Pistons, looked every bit of it once again for them. 36 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo, another triple-double for number 34 as he leads the way, and it was getting chippy here in Detroit between these two teams as they were fighting for their spot in the postseason, ending with this block from Giannis to his old friend Malik Beasley, returning the shimmy, having a little smile, and KPJ getting in on the fun as well. As we welcome you inside Little Caesars Arena, Stephen Watson alongside the five-time All-Star Marcus Johnson and A.J. Green standing by with Melanie Ricks.
Standing here with A.J. Green. A.J., congratulations on the win. Officially locked up the 5 seed. How does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. We wanted to come here and get a win, so that Sunday it wouldn't come down to Sunday. And so we fought, we battled, and I think this was big for us going into playoffs.
Well, and speaking of going into playoffs, I mean, you guys are winning at the right time. What from this last streak do you want to take with you into the postseason?
Man, I think really just our togetherness. We've come together a little bit more, I think, on both ends, trusting each other, playing with pace, playing to our strengths. So we just got to keep doing that,
Thanks, AJ. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Melanie Ricks with A.J. Green. And Marcus, you talk about role players on this team. We could pretty much go through this entire roster of guys making a difference right now for these Milwaukee Bucks. But it begins with Giannis Antetokounmpo for the 4th time in the last 5 games. He records a triple-double. It's our Menards' big money moment.
Well, he was just masterful, allowing the game to come to him. And that hasn't always been the case earlier in his career. But now he's picking and choosing his spots. He's deciphering how teams are playing him. That late double team when he turns his back, didn't force things. He picked them apart with the pass. The 15 assists are a testament to that. And then down the stretch, Stephen, when he had to make the offensive plays, bunch of dunks and tip-ins and follows and making the plays that determine the game. And just wonderful to watch Giannis's mindset and the empowerment of his teammates and the trust that he has in his teammates right now.
And then the leader for the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham, he came into this game riding back-to-back 35-point games for the first time in his career, and he makes it 3 straight here tonight.
Well, he's a tough matchup. His size at 6'6", he's able to exploit that against smaller guards. He's got that mid-range game that he's so good at capitalizing on, and then knock down a couple of threes tonight. But, the Bucks were able to withstand a great offensive performance. I thought that Malik Beasley should have played a bit more in that fourth quarter. Good thing for the Bucks that he did, but the Bucks were able to withstand 36 points from Cade and still come out and find a way to get it done in that fourth quarter. And that was just fun to watch this team coming together like this at this time of year.
They've now won 12 straight games against the Detroit Pistons, 7 straight here to begin the month of April. And all this winning, we talk about $97,000 also raised for the Bucks auction here tonight as part of our broadcast. We're going to start Sharpshooting Bucks coming up next.
And we can relax on Sunday and not have all this tension in the building, all this tension, Steve.
And healthy. Yes. Most important, Giannis is healthy heading into the postseason
yes,
for these Milwaukee Bucks. And one of the big things that we've seen is the increased shooting percentage from the Bucks during this 7-game winning streak, Marcus. Our Habish and Rotier numbers that matter. They shot 44% from 3 tonight, about their average during this winning streak.
Wow, that's incredible. That would lead the league by far, and just a nice job. The thing about it, Stephen, is that they set each other up beautifully. Shot threes off the pass, that extra pass, swing, get the defense in a blender, look for the open man. And A.J. Green talked about it when he talked to Melanie after the game, the connectivity of this team. A.J.'s on the floor playing the entire fourth quarter. I'm looking on the sideline, and Torian Prince is in his ear, dapping him up, getting him pumped up instead of sulking like, "You taking my minutes. You taking my he's over there for the common good of this team, winning this basketball game. So, I mean, that kind of attitude will take you a long way in the postseason. So we'll see how it plays out. But I like the vibe. That's what you guys say nowadays, right? Vibes. That's
the vibes.
One of your words. Yeah. I like the vibes of this team, man.
The vibes are immaculate, is I believe what the kids say.
The vibes of the triumvirate are immaculate.
All right. Well, the vibes have been immaculate here inside Little Caesars Arena for the Milwaukee Bucks as they pull away with a 125-119 win. Marcus Johnson, appreciate you as always. Doc Rivers coming up on the other side. Bucks win in Detroit. They lock up the 5 spot in the East. Let's hear from head coach Doc Rivers.
But we were going to, if we thought we needed Kuz or Burke, we were fine putting those guys in tonight too. So, because I thought they were playing well as well. So, we just stayed with the unit.
Can you just speak to the way Giannis dominated that game?
Oh, he was dominant. The 15 assists to me is what stands out. It just keeps getting unnoticed. How well he's passing the ball and being a playmaker. Since it's before we put him at the point, but now it's really standing out.
To win 7 in a row, and a couple wins against playoff teams here in Minnesota and Detroit. I guess just to kind of take care of business after that Atlanta loss, and to get this 5 seed and kind of be settled, I guess, a week ahead of time. I don't know. Just can you speak to this?
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, we needed to go on a run. We'd come back from that long road trip. The Atlanta game was going to be a hard game anyway. We knew that. All right. We're still trying to figure it out with, what lineups without Dame and all that. But we have found ourselves, and we're playing terrific basketball. We're playing together. Giannis is trusting all his teammates. Him and Scoot are starting to really have some chemistry together. So we're doing a lot of things. There were so many individual great efforts. Kuz didn't play down the stretch, but I thought defensively the third quarter he had an incredible defensive stretch on Cunningham, and I thought that was huge as well.
Speaking of down the stretch, to get a couple turnovers off Cade and Dennis Schroeder, especially the way they were playing, and to flip in and score, that really seemed to be the turning point.
Yeah, the turnovers. The one thing that group has done is they force turnovers. GT gets to reach on Durant, I think, on the one. We trap Cade once, get a turnover. We trap Schroeder once, get a turnover. I mean, we decided to go down the stretch being aggressive. I thought that was great for us.
All right, that's head coach Doc Rivers. Same 2 teams on Sunday afternoon. We'll preview it coming up next. Conference postseason picture, and here it is. It's set right now with 1 game remaining on the schedule. The play-in will feature the Bulls and Heat, and also the Magic and the Atlanta Hawks, and then 1 through 6 are officially set. The Cavs will be the top seed in the East, the Boston Celtics second, 3-6 will be the Knicks and the Pistons, and the Milwaukee Bucks will face the Indiana Pacers for a second straight year. The good news for the Bucks is they won the regular season series against the Indiana Pacers 3-1 earlier this year, and they have to feel good about having Giannis Antetokounmpo healthy and available for them as they enter the postseason, because in the month of April, Giannis is now averaging a ridiculous triple-double of 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists right now for the Milwaukee Bucks, who are trending in the right direction headed into the postseason. They have now also won 12 straight games against the Detroit Pistons thanks to this 125-119 victory over the Pistons. 7-0 here in the month of April. We have 1 more game here on FanDuel Sports Network of the regular season. We'll see you for Bucks Live, 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. Game 82. See you then as the Bucks lock up the 5 spot.